Welcome back, second grade friends. Today I want to finish our discussion on nonfiction books. Let's review what we talked about last week. Number one, all of our nonfiction books are organized by topics. So books about the same topic will be on the shelf together. Number two, each topic has its own number. And number three, the books are in number order. Today I want to talk to you about three numbers in the nonfiction section. We're going to talk about 700, which is the section that includes books about art and recreation. 800 is the section that includes literature, books of poetry and riddles. And then the 900 section has history and geography. Let's take a closer look at each of these shelves. To find the 700 books, you'll need to start at shelf number 5. And our 700s are on the second to the last shelf and the bottom shelf. 700 books are books that are about art and recreation. Basically, anything that we might do for fun is going to be found in the 700 sections. As we take a closer look here, we're going to find books about music and instruments. There are books about how to draw. But a lot of our 700 section is about sports. So we have books about dance and cheer. And then as you go to the very bottom shelf, this is where you find skateboarding and basketball, volleyball, football, tennis and soccer, baseball, gymnastics, wrestling, martial arts, and water sports. Anything that you do for fun is going to be in the 700s. To find the 800 books, you'll need to go to shelf number 6. And all of our 800s are on the very top shelf here. 800 books are going to include books about poetry. You're also going to find joke books and riddle books. 800s is all of our literatures section. Let's take a closer look at some of those 800 poetry books. We have books like If Pigs Could Fly. We have poetry books like Scaranimals. And another great poetry book is Truckery Town. Each of these poetry books contains a short poem on each page. This one is Jack Be Nimble. And this book, each of the nursery rhymes includes some sort of a truck theme. Lots of fun in those books. But there's also riddle books like Spot the Plot. And on each page in this book, they give you a short riddle about a popular book, and you try to figure out which book they're describing. We have another riddle book. It's called I Am the Book. But the 800s also includes joke books. This is the big book about jokes about bugs. Or we have dinosaur jokes. Lots of fun books in the 800s. Now our last category is the 900s, and the 900s are just below all of our poetry and riddle books. In 900s we find history and we find geography. So you're going to find books about other countries. This book is about Scotland. We have books about Germany. And inside of each of these country books, you'll find out what it looks like in Germany. They'll talk about what is a common landscape, some of the animals that might live in their country, or maybe a little bit about their history or their languages. Lots of good information here in these country books. But we also have books about our country and our history. So there are a lot of really good books about the Native Americans. So we have different books about the different groups of Native Americans, whether it's the Navajo or the Cherokee. A lot of good books about Native Americans in the United States. We have some history of the United States, like the 13 colonies in 1776. This is a story about our Revolutionary War. So lots of great books about geography and history in the 900s. That's all of our numbers for nonfiction books. starting with 0 and going to 900. I hope somewhere in those numbers you found a topic that's interesting to you. If you have any other questions or you need help finding a book, please let me know. I'd be happy to help you find your favorite book.